So, I, the Lord of the Rings The Two Towers, am hanging with my wife, the Lord of the Rings Gollum, when we are assassinated by a group of riders. Sadly, I am revived by the Lord of the Rings The Fellowship of the Ring. It tells me that JK Rowling, with the help of the Fellowship, has made a set of 7 contracts that allow the rulers of different genres to be cool or something, but she secretly made an 8th contract that allows her to make bad sequels to already finished stories. Then Quelaag comes out of who knows where to tell me that Fellowship and I forged the Return of the King, but I passed out due to peak fiction and Fellowship got eaten by a cloud. I wake up and see my wife. This isn't real, moron. Look around. Does this look like hell to you? Cause I'm in hell. You know, the animal cruelty. Take your pills. No. 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 I got your book. It seems like the story didn't end with that one, so can I borrow the rest of the series? I start actually getting to do stuff. I begin flexing my free will with some murder. I do a bit of jumping off buildings. Guys, why doesn't man just use a sword? Is she stupid? Well, never actually thought I would get an answer. Cool. I meet Quelaag face to face for the first time. I don't know, I didn't play the first one. She reads me, finally having more knowledge about the Lord of the Rings than me. She wants the third one, so we do a little book trade. I'm happy, but Fellowship is apparently a collector and wants the whole set at once. We haven't even finished the Fellowship. I get ready to punch her, but she reveals to me that the writers are invading the realm of fantasy stories set in the Swords and Monarchies times. They're planning to finish the Game of Thrones series badly. It seems like Rowling's work. We must stop her. But I wanna collect. I see an almost broken kingdom. They're halfway through a silly season. It's too late. I need to at least try to stop them. We might stand a chance if we get those notes George R.R. Martin have hit, and we will do everything to push back Rowling on every front. I find this absolute hottie, but it spoils the ending of Star Wars to me, so I have to kill it. I go further on my dating spree, but after a bit of spoilers, it looks more like a murder spree. To find an invading showrunner or character from fiction that Rowling has given life to kill, I have to go through a literacy test. Let's just say I'm very lucky there isn't a failed state. I epically fight the end. When all seems lost, I am saved by Game of Thrones, the first book, not the series, awkwardly walking in. This guy stabs me, so I have to do a quick time event to stab it back. A Game of Thrones kills the showrunner after it downs me. It tells me that its fandom is trapped somewhere in the city. We move on, and I help, or I guess I don't do shit. At the next place I actually know, contribute, we make it to the gate, but there's so many riders that we have to close the door, but I stay back because I never give up the chance to kill some riders. We made them pay for every second of content, but they have another episode. Our later episodes are the hardest to screw up, but they have a deal with Star Wars. Secure every book you can find. And the notes. I talked to R.R. Martin, who really wants me to join his writer's guild, but I just want to stab some guys. So I jump off of a building again. So I have the choice between doing the main quests, boring, or to kill some guys, epic. I make my way to a wider raid when I realize I can date guys who don't have a will spoil you tag on every social media platform ever created. But my idea of dating includes a bit more soul-sucking than most would like. I ham all over these guys and see a mysterious white stain on the wall. J.M. Barry here really wants to get into animal cruelty, but me and the boys will maybe we could snoop in and do a bit ourselves. Now, we aren't the best at sharing, so we end up in a little teeny weeny fight. I find one of the Lost Boys who also wants a piece of the pie, but boy am I hungry. So sadly, I have to do some normal cruelty. I tried dating a piece of paper, but it knows I can't kill it and spoils the ending of Peter Pan. I channel my frustration through the killing of riders, but they overwhelm me and I flee. I go around stealing chances to do animal cruelty when I am attacked by someone. Robin Hood here really wants a piece of the me pie, so who am I to refuse it? But it looks like now, I can't just let my buddy pal here just kill me. So I do a bit of tracking down, meet it at a grand feast. I think it was actually thrown in honor of me. Robin shows me how we are very different with actually having friends, which makes murder a bit harder, but they don't stand a chance against my On the way to get my revenge, I swear guys, I'll kill it this time. I run through a rider camp. These riders have great enough numbers to kill me multiple times, but I can't just walk past the rider without killing it. Luckily I managed to escape. Now it's finally time to get my revenge. This time for sure, for real. Whilst running from Robin, I meet its friend, Tinkerbell. We actually become blood brothers, except the only blood is mine. I need to get back to my roots. I meet these guys who won't let me join the animal cruelty, so I use an animal to be cool to them, but they're really good at it. Having failed the mission to stop animal cruelty, cruelty, I try to kill the riders anyway. I fight a bit, do some tactical retreating, and go back to try and kill them again. But when I return, my old blood brother Tinkerbell comes to say hi. A few explosions and cool backflips later, this nerd kills me. Now, you don't kill me without a bit of paper. For some reason, I still haven't learned my lesson and try to kill these riders again. After running around like a confused chicken surrounded by trained assassins who really got a hate boner for that chicken, I managed to do something nice to these doggies. I immediately get hired by Peter. I get kinda scared for my job safety when the one animal I set free dies immediately. But luckily, they don't care. I do a bit of running, some soul sucking, and a little making the battlefield epic by setting shit on fire. I'm down, but luckily this is the first time in this battle, so I just have to do a little quick time event. I get my first simp who apparently dreams of me being as dumb as ever. I initiate another fight. I swear I'm not doing this for content, I'm just that stupid. Holy shit, I actually managed to kill a guy, and not just a guy. The guy I've been running from the entire time. Glad I'll never see that guy again. I proceed to flee and go back in to get killed. Please, for once, don't do this. Just learn common sense and you won't die. Respawning, I actually do something not idiotic and don't fight the massive horde of enemies. I meet my old friend who's almost all alone. I kill what I can most accurately compare to Goombas and start hacking on the main meal. But as stated earlier in the lore, Robin here got friends. They used the incredible power of together friends to kill me. My savior steps in to ruin Robin's life and kill its best friend. My savior dies almost immediately though. It's a 1v1, me versus Robin Hood. I use everything I've learned during my journey combined with some red souls. That alone puts up a great fight, but not only do I have past experience, I learned during the fight. I start out getting hit by almost all these little bear trap things that I hate with a passion, and they should all stop living now. But towards the end of the fight, I actually learn how to dodge. At the end of the fight, it is I who hit the ground. Robin is stronger than me, even without an army. To stand a chance, I need to learn so much more. I use this cool tower to spy on civilians. Moving on, I find a guy to brutally murder, but this guy comes back from the dead just to tell me I'm a creep. Alex the nerd becomes Alex the tech bro. You might imagine the new Neuralink chip in its brain would make it stronger, but alas, the PTSD you get by meeting me is so severe it can't fight. When the tech bro begins to run, I let it, for it reminds me of myself. We both come back from the death, and we both love some animal cruelty. I meet Robin again, and not only did that thing steal my life multiple times, but it stole my favorite hobby. I stand a good fight for the circumstances, but I still run and I still lose the same. Using my one brain cell, I think of a strategy. Just run back in and hope for the best. Who would have expected this outcome? Now I actually do something kinda not stupid. Instead of going after the guy who can kill me by itself, I go after one of its friends, and I'm successful. It wasn't even that hard. I also try to do some of the side quests like curing Quelaag's dementia, but I'm ambushed by some loser who really wants my autograph. But whilst nicely handing it out, I'm surprised attacked by another fan who wants me to have its autograph. I almost finished handing out the first autograph, but the other fan got impatient and pulled out a gun. Having a revenge list longer than the dictionary, I try to knock some names off the list, starting with this fool who insulted my mom once, and it kills me. This is starting to get embarrassing. I'm seriously starting to believe every writer in this city has killed me at least once. I didn't actually remember to help Quelaag with her dementia, but I am stupid and can't figure out how to solve this thing I would barely call a puzzle. I didn't go and try to cure my own dementia, which includes going back in time and fighting in Vietnam. I have to kill some guys to get the code for my minigun, also unlocking it in real life. If I do special things like commit a war crime in 10 seconds, I get a gift card from McDonald's. I spy on some more civilians and try to do the main quest, but I suddenly wake up a day later with a strange feeling that I did something yesterday that the world doesn't remember. Not having enough brain cells to process that information, I move on to stop some rider infighting by killing both of them. And I actually don't fail, maybe because the two riders were combined 5 years old. I track down one of Robin's murder pals, but before I get to hit the guy once, Alex jumps out of who knows where, riding a who knows what. But having learned a lot from Peter, I immediately steal Alex's doggy. I animal cruelty it so hard, Robin's murder pal begins to flee. I don't care as I really want to stab Alex some more, but Alex is actually so good at animal cruelty, my stolen doggy just dies. Alex begins to run, and I let it, for I will not kill someone who is better at animal cruelty than me. I go kill the murder pal, and it's honestly too easy. I then travel to an ancient faraway land to learn the ways of animal cruelty. I meet Master Newkirk, who begins my training right away. The training seems impossible and I almost give up, but Master Newkirk confronts me after a hard session. You did great, better than I did. when I first founded the great organization you know as Peter. You got experience, and it shows. With the right training, you will be even better than me. She then leads me to a secret room filled with animals that are being crueled. I was only gonna show you this when we are done, but I will do anything to keep a cruelty guy with the potential you have. This is a fraction of the cruelty I have done towards animals, and you can do so much more. I feel my passion for animal cruelty light up again, and even though it's hard, I keep on training. 7 years later. Stop the training. You have reached your full potential. It's time to return to your world and kill that nerd. She hands me a contract giving me full ownership of Peter. You don't mean, is this for me? Yes. You'll use it much better than I did. But I know. Take it. I accept her gift, knowing that her life force is tied to this contract. I look at her one last time before she fades away. Goodbye, master. Goodbye. She turns to dust and flies away with the wind. I return to the land of fantasy stories set in the Swords and Monarchies times. It looks like nothing has happened while I was gone. No progress on the invasion. Not even any new movies have come out. I track Alex down, but only find a random showrunner. I decide to kill it to maybe lure Alex out, but the average grinder user decides to join in on the fight. Taking 2 guys at once is hard, but a bit of soul sucking makes it easier. After some more running around like an idiot, I manage to kill the showrunner. The grinder user disappears, so I decide to kill some random loser instead. I look at the news and actually find Grinder. Killing it is incredibly easy. Whilst looking for some more guys to kill, I meet my old nemesis Robin. Do you have any idea how hard it is to make 0 progress on your life for 7 years, Stark? I don't think so. You are off having an arc for Master Newkirk. I dodge and weave everything Robin can throw at me. I hit at just the right times, and I even put in a bit of animal cruelty for good measure. But alas, it was enough to kill the monster who has haunted my nightmares for years. Killing my greatest enemy is finally enough to get Alex's attention. It tries to animal cruelty me, but I am too powerful for such simple tricks. Eventually, I cruelty my own animal too hard, and it dies. But I cruelty all of Alex's other doggies to death. After a long fight, Alex runs. More accurately, Alex tries to run. You're saying Rowling has already overtaken the British government?